So guys, I think it's really cool that everyone was asking for a grocery haul video, so I decided to go ahead and give it a shot. Never made one before, so bear with me here, but here's all my groceries. What's up guys, Daryl here, and welcome to Dad Beard Life, where I'm helping you be the healthiest and leanest dad you can be. A lot of people ask what I buy when I order groceries. Notice I said order. I don't go to supermarkets right now just because of everything that's going on. So rather than go and pick them up or go and get them, I just order them online through the app and I have Walmart deliver them to me. So my delivery came in today. So I just wanted to kind of go over a few of the things that I bought along with some of the ones that I've already had that I haven't really replenished just yet because I haven't needed to, but I felt they were important to show you as well. So here's what I typically get in a grocery haul. Alright guys, so let's get started. First and foremost, let's go ahead and start off. I'm gonna go left to right here and just move everything to the side so I can make sure I get everything for you guys. So some of this I did open because I had to restock some of my stashes. So I'm gonna start off with the most important thing, the one thing I drink every single day. That's my coffee. I cannot go without my coffee. So as you guys know, my coffee ritual consists of my coffee mixed with some heavy whipping cream. I'll get into that in a sec here. And coconut oil. I mix that up with some sweetener and that's my morning coffee. But yeah, so I order my coffee. I go through a lot of these, so here's my coffee. I do it with the Starbucks French roast. Again, that's just what I like. You can usually pick whatever coffee that you prefer, that you like. I like the darker roast, so that's why I go with this route. But again, pretty much whatever coffee you want, that's what I would recommend. Coffee is good to kind of curb that hunger, especially when you're doing intermittent fasting like me. So there's that. So as I said, I mix my coffee with a few things, right? One of them is coconut oil. So here's my coconut oil. It's supposed to be solid, but it's hot right now, so it kind of melted. So one thing I wanted to point out is that when you get your coconut oil, make sure it says organic, make sure it says cold pressed and virgin, extra virgin. So make sure it says that here on the label. I like this brand personally. I've used it a lot. It's just really good. I enjoy it, so that's the one I get. Moving on, I do move on to my cooking spray. So I do use cooking spray, yes. So the one I use, almost dropped it, is the butter flavored one. It's kind of like Pam. Whenever I don't have room for my macros for butter or oil, I usually just go to this and just spray the pan real quick with this and use it. And plus I use it for my son when I make his eggs and whatnot because he's not doing keto with us, so it's good to have. Seasonings, of course, salt and pepper. I do use the pink Himalayan salt for electrolytes since I do try to fight the keto flu, and when I first start off and when I try to just general in the day, I get my electrolytes in through my pink Himalayan salt. This one is one that I opened. I did use it. I get it from Sam's because it's a much larger container, and I like the grinder because it's nice to pick the coarseness depending how I'm preparing my food. So pink Himalayan salt, I like it. Now I will say, it is much saltier than regular salt, so don't put a lot or else you're not gonna like it. Black pepper, I actually like the grinder. I tend to feel like this tastes a little bit better, just in my opinion, so use my black peppercorns. When I make my chicken for my salads, I love my chicken salads, so I tend to use Mrs. Dash salt-free seasoning. This is the chicken flavor. I have to make sure I grab the right one. They do have other flavors as well. They have let me see, they have lemon pepper, garlic and herb, other kinds as well. As long as they say salt-free, they're good to go. No calories, no extra sodium needed, so that's a good one to get. Okay, so next I'll move on to my cheeses. I do eat a lot of cheese on keto. It helps a lot, so I do get a few bags of the mozzarella shredded and the cheddar cheese shredded as well. I typically use these for pretty much everything. So like my cheddar I use for eggs, or if I'm doing any other kind of, I don't know, casserole or whatever, I sprinkle in some cheddar to get some extra fat in there. The mozzarella, I actually do use it to make chaffles. If you don't know what chaffles are, leave me a comment in the comment section below if you'd be interested to see a recipe video on it. Chaffles are pretty simple to make. They're keto waffles, and they only take 2 ingredients, eggs and cheese. Weird, right? But they taste delicious. So if you're curious, want to know, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, so I get a lot of cheese and I use it all. So keep that stocked. Speaking of eggs, Yes, this is 18 packs of eggs, and I will go through pretty much all of them by the end of the week, simply because I eat about 4 to 6 eggs depending on my breakfast or what my meal plan says for the day. My wife will eat 2, my son will eat 2, so doing the math there, they go pretty quickly. I prefer the extra large eggs. That's just me personally. If you like the large eggs, those are just fine. These are just Walmart brand ones, nothing fancy, nothing special, but they do the trick. Now, I do drink protein shakes while I'm on my diet, or my keto diet. I do drink protein shakes to kind of help get some extra protein in and to kind of help keep me satiated in between lunch and dinner, because that's usually like a longer spread of time, and I tend to feel a little more hungry around then. On keto, you can't drink milk. Something about the lactose in it, I have to do the research, but you can't drink the milk because of the lactose in it. It will throw you off. It also has sugar in it. So, believe it or not, your milk has sugar. I use almond milk. So, I like this unsweetened original almond milk. It's the Walmart brand. Again, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It works. It's 30 calories per serving, no sugar. So, it's a good way to add a little extra protein in your protein shake. And I just really enjoy it. My wife likes to drink it too, so we like it. All right, going on with more dairy. I do have my heavy whipping cream. So heavy whipping cream, again, nothing fancy, just heavy whipping cream, great value. I go for cost really, because I go through a lot of this. I probably go through one of these a week or two, or a week and a half. I go through about one of these. And what I use this for is my coffee. I also use it if I'm scrambling eggs and I need to sneak in a little extra fat for myself or for my wife that day. I'll put a little bit of this in my eggs to add a little bit more fat and to make them fluffier too. So a little pro tip there. Plus it's good to add in some drinks here. I'll go into that a little bit later. Let me go with vegetables. So this one's already opened. I used it this morning to make breakfast, but I get baby spinach. I go through a bag of this a week, mainly because it's just a good source of fiber and it's a good source of carbs. If you're gonna eat carbs, make sure you get them from vegetables more than just like breads and stuff, because they're pastas, because this is gonna do much better for your body. So I get baby spinach, I put it in omelets, or I make it in dishes that I make at home for dinner. And I even put it in my salads too, just to kind of spice them up a little bit. Not spice because I'm spicy, but you know what I mean. Speaking of salads, I buy lots of lettuce. I go through 3 heads of lettuce almost a week. What I do is one salad for me is half a head of lettuce. So I cut the whole head up and I divide it in half. Half goes to me, half goes to my wife. That's our salad to go with our meal. Now, you might think that sounds like a lot. Well, it is a lot, and there's a reason behind it. See, I like to increase my volume in what I get in terms of good nutrients such as lettuce and it being low calorie, that it helps me to stay full when I eat dinner. Or if I just eat my salad on its own. So I do my chicken salads, I do my regular side salads. Either one still gets a half head of lettuce, because you eat heavy volume, so you eat a lot of food, you're eating a lot, but it's not a lot of calories, it's not weighing you down, and it's just gonna help you overall feel better. So again, I recommend it. I do a half head of lettuce for my salad, and I chop up some cucumbers too to add to that, and I throw in my spinach that I just talked about right now. I throw that in there too. And speaking of cucumbers, yes, I do get cucumbers. I usually only get about 2 because I don't use a lot. I just like to cut it up and use it. Again, saving my carbs, but another good source here. I like my cucumbers. I cut them up and I eat them. So put them in my salad and that's how I eat them. Also, I put in my salads are my avocado. I love avocado. I will eat a half of an avocado every other day at least. Right now I only have 3, so they actually, the only downside to the shipping one is, or when they pick out your groceries for you, is that sometimes they don't give you all the quantity you want. These bags kind of differ between. I thought I made it easy this time, but it didn't work. So I gotta go get some more avocados, which I'll probably just order some. But this should probably last me the week based on my meal plan. But yeah, avocados is always on my list. Plus they're delicious. I mean, who doesn't like avocado? I top off my salad with my favorite dressing, which is from Walden Farms. See that right there? Walden Farms Honey Dijon. It's actually one of my favorite dressings. So it's no calorie, no sugar, no carbs, no nothing. Literally no fat, no anything. Has a little bit of sodium, but other than that, it's really good. I alternate, so once I finish this bottle, I just got this one today. So once I finish this bottle, I'll probably get the this is the Honey Dijon. I'll get the raspberry vinaigrette. Those are really the 2 that I rotate between because I like a little sweetness in my salad. and this really does do the trick. Only 2 tablespoons is all you need, and it does wonders. If you haven't tried it yet, I promise you, you will like it. You won't be disappointed. It's from Walden Farms, and they have all different flavors too. I personally don't like the ranch, but if you do, there it is. So yeah, this one helps. Moving on, snacks. Chicharrones, or pork rinds for some of y'all. My go-to snack, no carbs and 7 grams of fat per serving. These are good to munch on and eat. I like to dip these in my avocado, or us Mexicans like to make chicharrones, so we kind of cook them in some chile and whatnot, and that's a good breakfast too, or good lunch. So I like chicharrones. I get a lot of them. I go through a lot of this. Speaking of snacks, a little dessert item here. I get some sugar-free Jello. This one is strawberry. Yeah, strawberry. There's some strawberry for you guys. Sugar-free Jello is good. It's only 5 calories. It's easy to fit into your macros. And the cool thing about it is that what I like to do is I'll open the Jello when I want a dessert, and then I'll get my next item, which is my ready whip, the whipped cream. Yes, this is keto, and I can use it, and I do. I put some on top, and that's my dessert. So these two together, perfect in harmony. Trust me, delicious. Now, more veggies here. I do use a lot of garlic when I cook. I like garlic, so I don't like chopping it, so I just get minced garlic. I just buy the little container. It costs me like just under $2 to get a lot of garlic. So there's my garlic. Nothing much really to explain to that. Another thing I do is chorizo. I make a lot of huevos con chorizo sometimes during the week. So there's my beef chorizo. It's really good. It's fatty, so it helps you with your keto. And again, 1 stick for every 2 eggs is all you need, and they'll come out perfect every time. Something I like to do with them too is I make my eggs, my huevos con chorizo, and then I add a little cheese on top, and then I throw it into one of these bad boys, carb counter tortillas. Yes, they make carb-friendly tortillas that are keto-friendly. These are only 5 grams of net carbs per serving, and they're a good-sized tortilla. See, my hand's pretty big, so you can see it kind of covers my hand there. But yeah, so they're a good-sized tortilla. They taste really good, and they're good on keto. Even if you're not on keto, these are a good alternative to regular tortillas. Regular tortillas have a lot of carbs, and they have a lot of sugar. These don't. And these are really good. So try them. I promise you won't be disappointed. Moving on, I like to cook with ghee. So yes, ghee is a butter. It's pretty much clarified butter. And what that does is this helps me substitute for oil. So it gives me my fat, has about 13 grams of fat per serving. And it's spreadable on other stuff as well. It's just a better for you butter. I personally like it. I like to use it to cook. That's pretty much the primary reason I use it for. So ghee is really good. It sounds funny to say, but it's really good. I do have regular butter, and I use Kerrygold. That's actually one of my favorite brands of butter. It's grass-fed butter, and it's really good. This is when you hear about bulletproof coffee or like the keto coffee. This is what they're putting in it. They put, a tablespoon of this, and then a tablespoon of MCT oil, and they blend it up together. I've tried it. I don't care for the buttery aftertaste personally, so I just stick with my heavy cream and coconut oil. But I mean, hey, if you want to try it, you're more than welcome to. I use this to cook eggs, or I also use it to add butter flavoring into recipes. I made some, actually made some fudge earlier today that used a couple sticks of these, and it came out really good. So again, it's very versatile, and I really like to use it. It's keto friendly as well, so there it is. More cooking items. I like to use the Philadelphia cream cheese, just regular cream cheese, nothing fancy, nothing special. But the good thing about it is I like to make a little recipe that kind of become a staple here in this house. And I'll share it with you actually. What I do is I get some ground beef and I brown it up in a pan and ground it really fine with the spoon or the spatula. I use a spatula. Throw in some green beans, and then I let that steam for a little bit. And then what I do is I add a little bit of this, maybe about an ounce of this to make it creamy. And then I add some shredded cheddar cheese, and that's a 1-pan meal, and it is delicious. Try it, I promise you will like it. But yeah, so cream cheese can work really well in everything. Moving on over here, I do tell you I eat bacon. I already had bacon. You'll see why I didn't buy any this time around, because I'll buy a lot. I like the right bacon that ends in pieces. I like this because it's easy for me to weigh when I cook, and it's easier for me to get the little fatty pieces that I personally like and get like the meaty pieces that maybe my wife will like or my son will like. So I like this a lot. It's a good alternative. You can get the strips. It's just me personally, I prefer this because look how much you get. I mean, this is a lot. So I bought this about a week ago, and it's still working on it. All right. Another thing I bought last time too that I didn't need to buy because I keep it separated is chicken. I buy a whole container of chicken and then I trim it and I put it in Ziploc baggies by weight. So it is about a pound. So I have a recipe that's gonna call for 2 pounds. So 2 pounds of chicken. And again, they're trimmed, ready to go. I put them in freezer bags so that way they're ready to go whenever I need them. I just take them out to defrost them and then I make dinner that day. Chicken's a really good source of protein, no carbs, and very little fat. Unless you get chicken thighs with the skin on it, that's good too. But I like chicken breast because it's very versatile. I can add it to almost any meal that I make, so something I like to do. Ground beef, we spoke about it earlier. Sorry, this is still kind of frozen from when they dropped it off. But I got the 85-15. When I ordered, I wanted 80-20, but they didn't have any because on keto you want more fat. So I got the 85-15, which is the next best thing. I use this in a lot of dishes, from keto tacos to the dish I just told you about with the green beans and the cream cheese and whatnot. So this is a good one to get. So those are pretty much like the food items. In terms of beverages, I do switch it up a bit. I drink a lot of water. Like I try to drink at least a gallon of water a day. I'm still getting there. I'm at about about 3/4 of the way there because I do my little container, which is half a gallon, and then I do half of that one. Then I have leftover for the day, but I try to get through it. So I drink a lot of water, but I also do get Powerade Zero. I do swear by this stuff. Powerade Zero is really good when you're starting off keto and you want to fight that keto flu or make it minimal. Powerade Zero is really good. No sugar. Hell, even if you're not on keto and your kids like drinking Powerade, you have athletes or you like to perform at the gym, I prefer the Powerade Zeros and the Gatorade Zeros just because you don't get all that sugar. And this is really good. So it tastes just as good as the regular one. If not, I personally think it's better. I think it's sweet enough, but you be the judge. Try it out, see what you think. Another ones that I like, I know I'm gonna get crap for this, but I do drink diet sodas. I give myself one at the end of the day to eat with my dinner, and I tend to rely on Diet Dr. Pepper and Coke Zero. They're my two favorites. I like them a lot, and they're no calorie, no sugar, so it's better for me. Yes, I know there's aspartame, but I haven't had any personal bad experiences with aspartame, so I'm just gonna leave it because it didn't bother me. I still lose weight, and I'm good to go. So these are good to have for those cravings for soda. I also like to use these sparkling ice drinks. I'm gonna hold it a little bit closer so you can read it. This one is black raspberry. I know it's a little sweating right now, it's hot, but this is black raspberry. These are really good too. They have no sugar, 5 calories. A little thing I like to do, I get a nice tall glass from my wife, put some ice in it, pour this bad boy in there. Then you pour you some of this, some heavy cream. Good way to get some fat in. Plus, it tastes delicious. If you like those Starbucks drinks, like the pink drink and all that crap, you do that, it'll fight that craving real quick. It's a nice little, I guess you can call it a snack, but it's a nice little refreshing beverage to drink when on a hot day or something. You just put that in some ice with some of this and heavy cream, you're good to go. Last but not least, dessert. My favorite dessert to get, probably heard me talk about it, is Halo Top. I love Halo Top on regular diets, and now that I'm on keto, they make a keto version. See, there's two. I have banana cream pie, and I have white chocolatey macadamia. This one's my favorite flavor. There's little pieces of macadamia nut in it, a little crunch to it. Very creamy and very good. And as you can see, they each have only 8 grams of net carbs for the whole pint. I can eat this whole pint. Of course, let me back up. There are 460 calories for this pint. If I allow my calories for there to be enough room to eat this much, best believe I'm gonna kill this whole freaking pint, and I do. I kill this whole pint. And it's only 8 grams of net carbs, and I am happy with that. So it fits into my macros, it is delicious, and it tastes absolutely amazing. So try it, you won't be disappointed. This one I heard is pretty good. My wife got this one. She said it was okay, but we tend to prefer this one. So again, try them out, they're really good. So that's pretty much what I eat, or not eat, but that's pretty much what I got this time around. Some of the stuff I already had, like the sodas, as you can see, and the Powerades and whatnot, but a lot of it's good to have on hand. My grocery shopping habits are very different in that I have to plan meals for the family, right? I mean, not only my wife and I, but my son too. My son doesn't do keto. Kids aren't supposed to do keto. It's not good for them. So I try to kind of limit his stuff too. So I do shop for stuff a little bit healthier for him, sneak it in when he doesn't know. So that way it helps. But it's not very hard to do. You don't have to go to Whole Foods. You don't have to go to Sprouts. You don't have to go somewhere where you're going to spend a fortune. I mean, you can go and spend a decent amount of money at Walmart and get exactly what you need to stay on track, regardless if you're on keto or you're on a regular diet. I mean, I take it a step further. I have a spreadsheet where I pretty much map out my wife and I's meal plans for the whole week. We pretty much eat the same thing just because I make it simple on myself. But I mean, just write down what you're gonna eat that week, you know, and then just buy only what you need. The ordering helps because you really do only get what you need. There's no end caps in the aisles to get you to buy stuff that you're not supposed to get, or that you weren't supposed to get to begin with, or that wasn't on your list or whatever. When you order online and pick it up or have it delivered, I mean, it's easy. You just get your stuff and you get it. They come drop it off at your door, ring the doorbell, you get it and load it back into the house. It's that easy. I don't even have to leave the house. So I definitely recommend it if you haven't done it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. If you did, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to know if this is kind of what you guys had in mind. I'm new to it, so forgive me on the angles and whatnot. I'm still trying to figure out the best angle to show everything, but I really do hope you guys enjoy it. I do feel I have to make a second part to do you guys more justice, because there is more stuff that I eat that I haven't put in this trip because either I've already had it or it's not on my meal plan this week. So I shop by week. So I'll see if I can do a second part that has completely different items to show you guys what else I eat. But I really do hope this helps, and I hope these videos have been helping you guys. I hope you're getting value out of them, because I make them for you guys. You know, I appreciate everyone's love and support, all the comments and likes and shares and follows. I really do appreciate it very, very much. So thank you guys so much. That's all I have this week, really. I don't have anything else. Those were my groceries. Hope you were entertained at least. I almost dropped a few things, but hey, we made it. I appreciate every single one of y'all, and I'll see y'all next week.